Well, this is a great time for us to chat. I appreciate you being here so that you can learn a little bit more about our books and the joy of writing children's books. Interviewer once asked me, what is it that inspires you? And that question was repeated recently because of the release yesterday of Casey Goes Down Under. The answer is pretty simple in many ways. Number one, I'm the father of 4, grandfather of 8. So I just love kids. I was read to as a child. I read to my children and my grandchildren. And I just enjoy doing it. So number one, it's an enjoyment for me. But in terms of Casey Goes Down Unders, that's pretty neat. Casey Goes Down Under refers to Casey, a golden retriever, and his human, someone named Greg, who is an explorer. And they have gone on a couple of adventures together. One was in the country of Zimbabwe, and that book is called Forever Friends. The second was on the continent of Antarctica, and that was called Casey Meets Mr. Dibbs. And this, of course, is all about Australia. The reason I do these, the reason I did this particularly is we've had animals all of our life in our family. My dad did, my wife and I do. So we enjoy watching animals grow. We enjoy watching their interactions with other people. And we're also impressed with how they react to other animals, both their own species and differently. We're very partial to golden retrievers, I will admit. And so Casey is a golden retriever. But what I enjoyed about this one particularly is it sort of culminates a lot of things that we've learned about Casey and his adventures. Number one is that inquisition, if you will, or inquiring about things, or trying to sense things, or trying to understand where another person or another animal might be coming from is very important throughout life. It is. We react better, feel better when we understand each other. In this case, an understanding is between a dog, Casey, his human, Eric, and the people they meet and the animals they come in contact with. And by the way, speaking of coming in contact with animals, it is proven that there's a great deal of interspecies language that goes on. So we take that and we sort of roll it into all of these discussions about animals and what they do, and we come up with this delightful book that's about helping koalas, kangaroos, and kookaburra, that may be a word you've never known, helping koalas, kangaroos, and kookaburras resettle in the bush of Australia after the fires of a few years ago. So Greg and Casey show up and they take on the mission. I think you'd enjoy it. Where did the idea come from? With every writer, it just comes one day. You could be walking in the forest, walking on a beach, you could be sailing, you could be swimming, you could be holding an infant in your arms, and then suddenly a thought comes to you. And that thought turns out to be the seed for a book. And that's how it has been with me ever since, I go back to 10 years old. When I was writing books, you don't ever want to read those because they were pretty awful. But it was my ability to take words and use them for other people. So this is fascinating because of those 3 groups of animals, how they react to one another, and then how they react to other species. One being a dog, another being a human being. They're great adventure novels. I think you'll enjoy them. I appreciate you wanting to learn more about it, and I look forward to chatting with you a bit more. Thank you.